make it. All right. So we'll just get going. A lot of you on here seem to already know this powerhouse of a woman, Tammy Schneider. She's been my personal coach and mentor. She has coached and helped literally thousands of loan officers with not only their business, but with their mind, with their life. It's all encompassing. So she takes a very holistic approach for you to accelerate your business while making sure that you are enjoying your life, because what is the point in all of this if you're not? So Tammy Schneider, take it away. We are so excited to see you here in action.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me, guys. And thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a while since I've seen many of these faces. So this is very exciting for me. So thank you for being here. So like Erica said, I absolutely know that you cannot separate business from personal life. We may try and give it a whirl. Impossible. If you're having a sucky day at work, you're going to bring it home and kick the dog, right? Or if you're having a sucky day at home, you're going to bring it out and take it out on your team. So, so that's why I think it's very important to take this holistic approach to coaching and help people not just grow their business, but to have a spectacular personal life with their families, just enjoy life with. However, that's not what we're talking about today. So what we're going to be talking about today is there's a lot of chatter these days from everyone and their brother about how to grow your business. And so what I wanted to do is to make sure that everyone, even us ladies, understand the principle of football. So I'm going to use a football analogy, okay? So in football, before you can learn specialty plays like reverses and all of the fun stuff that you see them do and the Hail Marys on, Sunday football, etc., they have to know the basics first. They have to know how to catch a ball. They have to know how to hike a ball. They have to know how to throw it and block and tackle. They have to know the basics first. Then those basics are building blocks for getting really, really good at football. And the people who practice those blocks are the ones who excel and become the superstars that we see today. And so that's my goal for you guys, is to let's get back to the basics again. And let's figure out, not a guess. It's not going to be a guess. You will leave here today knowing what you have to do to make magic.
I'm telling you about Harry.
And so we're going to go through that. So Erica, if you'll throw that very first screenshot up for me, that would be great. So this, guys, I'm not going to go into it deeply. There's a number on here that we need. And so I wanted to show you where I'm getting the number from the sheet that we're going to be working off of today. But I am willing, for whoever wants it on this call today, I'm willing to take you through one-on-one on this first sheet that we're going to show you and help you find your number. Okay. But today I'm just going to show you where I get that number from really quick on this. And then we're going to move over to how do you pick up all these loans? A lot of us are stepping over $1 to pick up a dime. And so let's go back. Yes.
Is this the referral expectations?
No,
it's the work optional. Okay.
Perfect. And if we can blow that up just a little bit. There we go. And I think if you take it in from the side, go over and grab the side and shrink down the whole sheet, go way over to the right. Well, it's my right. And grab the screen and shorten the screen up.
How the heck do I do that? Sorry, guys. Shorten the screen. I might just have to do it this way.
The Excel sheet, the corner of the Excel sheet. If you take the
the actual sheet itself, the white edge, like the white edge of the Excel. There you go. Perfect. All right. Now we can see this. Okay. So this is an exercise that I call finding your day when work has just become optional for you. Now, I know a lot of you say, I love what I do. There's many of you who say, and that is very true in the sales industry. Most of us are born entrepreneurs who are on this call. And the thought of sitting home and eating bonbons and watching TV makes our skin crawl. We were born to do something with our life. And so many of you will say, I don't know what I would do with myself if I retired. So I don't want to retire. But wouldn't it be nice to know that work just became optional for you today and you don't have to work? You choose to work because you want to, but not because you have to. So many of us on here are working because we have to. We couldn't retire if we wanted to. We couldn't ride off into the sunset. And so for me, this is really important to figure out when that day comes for you where you can say, work is optional for me today. I'm going to take a couple months off. My team can run things and I'll be back in a couple months. So the first number that we need from here is if you could choose any day in the future for yourself when you would want this to happen, how long would that take for you? The only rule that I have is it has to be under 10 years. So we're going to leave the numbers that I already have thrown up here so we don't have to do any changing. So this person, whoever it was, chose, hey, 7 years from today, I want to be able to say, yay, work just came optional for me. So that translates to 84 months, and we need both of these numbers here. So 7 years, 84 months. Then we need to know how much debt you're in, because for the sake of this exercise, I want you out of debt. So add up your debt and put it in there. Now, when I say debt, it is all debt except for like minor, like if you owe $15,000 on a car. No, but we're talking about big debt, mortgages, big boats. If you own a big RV or something like that, that you get a big mortgage on. And this is including your investment properties. Now, I don't yell, hey, but it pays for itself. I get that. And you and your financial planner may go through this and say, we're not going to take that advice, but I just want to be able to show you what it would look like if you were debt free. Okay. So this person had $675,000 in debt. Then we need your monthly income. Now you're debt free, so you're not going to have any debt to pay off. So what would you need to live on to live an amazing life? And I do mean amazing. Travel and the food and all your utilities and any other bills that you may have, your cell phone bill, etc. If you live in a condo, your HOA bills, all of that kind of stuff. But what would you need to live an amazing life? This person chose about 25 grand a month. That translates to $300,000 a year. And at a 5% rate of return for an investment to kick off 300,000, you'd need about $6 million to make that happen. Now, none of this is compounding, okay? So I didn't compound the debt and I didn't compound the income coming in. So I'm hoping they kind of cancel out. This is just to give us a good rule of thumb or a guideline as to where we need to be. So this person had $6 million that they need to have in the bank to be able to have that $300,000 a year cook off. And they're starting off with about $750,000. So that means in the next 7 years, we need to put about $5.2 million away for them. And I hear some of you, a gulp. I hear a huge gulp going on here. It's possible, guys. It is. I've got a couple people who are doing this already. And so this is possible. So, so the monthly debt to get rid of this $675,000 over the next 7 years, we would be spending about $8,000 a month, $9,000 a month to pay off all of those debts. Then our $25,000 to live off. Here's the number that we really need to concentrate on. So if you have to shave in other areas, shave in other areas, but this $62,000 has to get put away every single month in order for that to happen. So this person's net that they need to bring in every single month is $95,000, $96,000. They profit, and this is net profit, because these are net numbers here as well. Their net profits is $2,800. So they need to close 34 loans a month. And I've got people all over the scale. So I don't want you to be worried about this person's numbers. Yours may be totally different from that. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that because this is the number we need for our next slide right here. So I wanted to show you where I got that number from. Again, I will give everyone my email address as soon as we're done with this. And if anyone wants to go through this with me, I will take you through it and we'll come up with your number. Okay. So we can go on to the next screen, Erica. So what we're going to be talking about today is how many people see things going on around. They see a loan officer doing this. They see a loan officer doing that. They see a loan officer doing this. And they start projects and they never finish them. They start working on this. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh, hey, I heard that if I post on Facebook, I'll get my real estate agents that way. Or, hey, if I post on TikTok or whatever, all the clients are just going to come pouring in and I don't have to do anything for them. Guys, nothing is free. Okay. You got to work for what you want to work for. Now we can put things into place where it becomes a little bit easier for us, but you're not going to become a millionaire overnight without doing a lick of work. So if that's why you came here today, is you thought I was going to show you a way to do this without having to work, I am so sorry. You're going to be sadly mistaken and very sad, boo-hoo. But so what we're going to do today is I want to show you where you're probably leaving money on the table. And there is not one person in all the time that I have been coaching for 15 years, there's not one person who has never been leaving money on the table. Not one. Even the best of the best is leaving money on the table somewhere. So it goes back to that blocking and tackling in football. Why are you doing other things when you're leaving money on the table? Let's get all that money in first and then go off and do new things. So the sheet that I showed you before, that person needed 32 loans or 34 loans, somewhere in there. This person needs 17. So so go to the upper right-hand corner, Erica, and that's where that 17 number is. Can you still hear me? Okay, I just want to make sure I saw like a little mute sign coming up and I want to make sure I wasn't on mute. Okay, so 17 loans a month this person needed. We're on the right-hand side of the page. Their net income per loan, and I do not have my glasses on, is that say 2,800, I think? Yes, 2,800. So what they need to earn on a net monthly income is 47,000. Forgive me if I don't read it like I don't know where my glasses are, but 47,000, I think that's 800 as well. So if they did that, because these are net numbers, they would be bringing in 800 and I'm going to have to go get glasses apparently, or blow it up for me a little bit, Erica. $871,000 a year. And that's net, guys. Remember, these are net numbers. Okay. But currently they're only closing 5 loans a month. And so they're making $14,000 net per month or $168,000. But look what they're leaving on the table. They are leaving 400 and what is that, Erica? $430,000 on the table. So let's go through and see where this person is leaving money on the table. And everyone's going to get this form. So everyone, we're going to email this out or Erica's going to provide it somehow, but everyone will get this form. And the only numbers you need to fill in is where it's blue. That's it. You don't have to fill out anything else. Everything else, all the formulas are created. That's all you have to do is fill in the blue numbers. Okay. So the first number is when you're closing a loan, someone has signed on the dotted line. We've put them into process to process their loans and they're ready to go. Are you calling every single person? And I do mean everyone you can think of, even their house cat, if you need to. Are you calling everybody that has anything to do with that loan and asking them for a referral? There are 6 basic ones that you should be calling. You should be calling the borrower, the co-borrower, the buying agent, the selling agent, the insurance rep, and the title rep. Now, those 2, you don't need to call them 4 weeks in a row. You can just call them like once at the beginning and once at the end. But we need to be calling them and asking them for referrals. Everyone else you need to call on a weekly basis. But what happens if a CPA referred them over, or a financial planner referred them over, or one of your past clients referred them over? Those are opportunities as well. Now, again, those people we don't need to call 4 times in a row and let them know everything's going smoothly with the loan, but we do need to call them and thank them for the referral. We need to thank them for being amazing referral partners of ours, and ask them, is there anyone else there that we know that could send us some referrals? So the numbers in a regular market, now this sheet has been adjusted for today's market. When we get back into a normal market again, and I think everyone can agree, and we've heard a lot of things from like MBS Highway and all of that kind of stuff, that we should be seeing that soon in the next year or so. And so I'll adjust this back to the regular numbers. So the regular numbers, or you should see about 30% of your loans that are in process should produce more loans for you. But I've adjusted it down to 20%. So 20% of the people that you are closing should be able to refer a friend, a family member, a coworker, another client, if it's the agent or the insurance agent or something like that. There should be plenty of people that we're calling and asking for a business. So at 8 loans a month, and if we're closing 8 loans a month and we get 20% of that, that's 1.6. Now we can't close a 0.6, and you'll see that I'm always conservative. And so I round down instead of round up on these numbers. So expected closings from this pipeline they should have gotten an extra deal out of this, but they didn't get any. So actual closings is 0. And then you'll see over on the very last pink, the first pink lane, Erica, is your gap. So the gap is, what are you leaving on the table? So this person left 1 there. The next one is your pre-approvals, the people who are out looking for houses. Now on those, again, there could be a lot of people that we're calling, but the basics are the buyer, the seller, and the buying agent. But again, there could be a referral partner in there somewhere. CPA, financial planner, an attorney of some kind, a local business, a past client, anyone like that. All of those people need to be called and said, thank you. Thank you for thank you for trusting us and sending your people our way. Can I count on you for some more referrals when they come your way? And so when we call them regularly, about 10% of those will send that over. And again, 10% of 15 is 1.5. And again, I'm conservative, so I rounded it down. So that should have been one closing in the next 45 to 60 days that they got. They didn't get any though. So someone's not asking for the business. I can already tell in this. They should have gotten one, but they didn't. So they've got a gap of 1 there as well. The next one is their past database of closed clients. Now remember, in a normal market, these numbers are going to be higher. It's about 1% per month that you should see from your past database. So in this case, it should be around 2. But in the market that we're in right now, it's not been that. It's been about 0.5% of that. So for this database of 200, they should have seen a closing. Guess what? They did. And so there was no gap there. Here's one that many, many, many people miss out on, and it's your sphere of influence. So these are the people that you know. These are people who live in a state where you can write business. So some of you only can write business in your own personal state, but it's a big state for most of y'all. But some of you are licensed in 12, 13, 14 states, or maybe are nationwide. And so these would be people you went to school with, high school or college with. These are people that you know from past jobs. These are people that you would invite to a wedding, to a college graduation or a high school graduation or a baby shower or something along those lines. These are community leaders that you know. So businesses, restaurant owners, gym owners, florists, etc. They could, if you belong to your Chamber of Commerce, they could be the list of members at the Chamber of Commerce if you've met them. If you belong to a leads group like Be in Touch or LaTip or something like that, it could be the members that are there. So this is your sphere of influence, people that you know or are acquainted with. That could be a rather large list. Now, this person was very popular in town, so they know about 400 people, but the average person, the numbers say, is about 250 most people will know. And so sit down and make a list of the 250 people that you know. And at 0.5% for this person, that's 2 more closings a month that they could be doing. So they were leaving 2 on the table there. In a normal market, that's 1% as well. And so that could be 4 loans that they're leaving on the table from just their sphere of influence. And the good news is someone else might be able to help you make these phone calls. But here's a good script. Let me give you a good script for that. So it would be calling them and saying, hey, I just wanted to check in with you. If they're a business owner of any kind, that CPA or financial planner or attorney or florist or whatever, it's going to be, hey, I am a local lender here. I think you know that. And I am always getting people moving into town. And I have a rather large network, and I'm always looking for professionals that I can refer somebody to. What would make the ideal or perfect client for you? First, they're going to be shocked. And they'll tell you, oh my gosh, that's so nice of you. Here's what would make a great client for you. Now, the law of reciprocity says that about 90% of those people are going to ask you back. Well, that was really nice of you. Is there anything that would make a good client for you as well? Well, funny you should ask. Yes, there is. So a great client for me would be someone who is looking to buy or sell or refinance their home in the next, let's say, even 12 months. It could be anywhere from now to 12 months. Anyone that you know of. And I already know the answer to this. The answer is going to be, I don't know anyone right now. But I'm going to ask it for them because that leads me to my next question. So I always make a joke out of it because I know the answer is going to be no already. So is there anyone that you know, or what I would say is you wouldn't happen to have one of those in your back pocket, would you? And everyone will laugh and they'll say no. That's great. So here's what you're looking for, guys. This is the great question you're looking for. Hey, that's okay. Can I ask you a question? If you had to sell your house in one day for top dollar, top dollar. So we're not talking about a fire sale or slashing your prices or anything like that. We're talking about you got to sell your house in one day for top dollar. So you're going to need one of the best agents in town. You're going to need someone who knows our area, who knows all the other agents, who has mad negotiating skills, who has mad marketing skills. You're going to need someone really good for this. Is there someone that you would use? And remember, you're talking to your sphere of influence, and a lot of these are professionals. They could be doctors or nurses or something like that. Is there anyone that you would use? And they're going to give you a name. And then you say, thank you very much. And now you pick up and you call that agent. And you call the agent and you say, hey, I just wanted to say congratulations. And they're going to say, for what? And you're going to say, well, I just got off the phone with whoever it was. I just got off the phone with my friend plumber Paul. And after we finished all of our plumbing talk, we got onto the subject of real estate. And he told me that you are the only person that he would trust for all of his real estate needs. And so I wanted to call you and say, congratulations. I think that Paul is an amazing businessman. And so when he talks and shares things with me, I listen. So I wanted to say, congratulations for having such a rabid fan as Paul. And I wanted to see if I could take you to a coffee or just take you to lunch or just visit with you for a few minutes now. If you've got a few minutes, I'd love to find out what you're doing that creates such rabid fans. Do you have a few minutes to go over that with me? So it's just opening up conversation with them and seeing if you guys have an affinity for each other and you can go out and meet for coffee later. So that is your sphere of influence. This person should have been closing 2, none, but so the gap was 2 on there. For their rock star agents, they have 12 of them. Now, for me, again, these are adjusted numbers, guys, adjusted numbers. So in the market that we find ourselves in, typically what we're looking for is for an agent that can send us 8 to 12 buyers side transactions a year or more. Right now, I'm considering them a rock star agent if they can send me 1 a quarter. So 1 a quarter. So 12 agents, if you have 12 of them that can send you 1 a quarter, should be 4 closings for the month. They were only closing 3. And so there was a gap of 1. Now we have a lot of agents that we know. I bet everyone on here knows 60 agents. I bet everyone on here knows 60 agents. However, people who used to be qualified aren't qualified anymore, right? And so if you could find, though, 60 agents who could send you 1 deal a year, guys, 1 a year, that would be 5 closings a month. So this person did have, was closing 1 out of that, but look at the gap on there, 4. So now we add up the gap. They're leaving 9 loans on the table, 9. So the first place they should be closing for, when we add all that up, and we're then the column that says expected closings, it's the one of the white columns there, Erica. They should be closing 14 loans a month, but they're only closing 5. So they had a gap of 9, and it shows you where your gaps are, guys. Now, if I were this person, I would look to see where my highest gap was. It's on those unqualified agents. I would be picking up the phone and making some ringy-dingy phone calls and calling those agents and asking them, hey, I would love to close your next deal. What do we need to do to make that happen? Hey, are you marketing to your database like a champ? Do you need some scripts to say? I could help you with some scripts. Are you marketing to your sphere of influence? I could help you with that too. And so you guys can be a humongous help to your realtor partners. So this person was leaving 9 on the table. Now they wanted to close 17. Remember our number from up top? They need to close 17, but with all the people that they know, their expected closings are only 14 closings, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to go in and they're going to really try their hardest to pick up those extra 9 loans, but they still need 3 more loans to close. So if you'll go all the way down to the bottom, Erica, it'll even tell you and calculate how many agents you need to do to pick up those extra 3 loans. So they need to close 3 more loans to get to their 17. And if they need to get agents that will send them 1 deal a quarter, they need 9 agents to produce that 3. So now you know exactly how many agents you need to go after to pick up the loans that you need to pick up. So let's go through any questions that people may have. First, so Erica, if you want to open up the floor or whatever we need to do for anyone to ask a question. And then what we can do is go through some good scripting that'll help people be able to go and ask each of these groups of people for more business. So does anyone have any questions so far?
You should be able to just unmute yourself. You can also chat in.
Perfect. Looks like I'm doing a great job then. Okay, so let's start going through some scripts now. So I want everyone to be able to leave here and know how many, did you say we'll be getting both of these? You're going to get the first spreadsheet. If you want the second spreadsheet, you have to meet with me and I'll go through it with you. And there's no obligation whatsoever. I just want to be able to go through it and make sure that we've got all your numbers correct, because a lot of people make mistakes when they fill that out. And so I want to make sure that we're doing it correctly for you. So you will get the other sheet if you have a call with me, and let me go through it with you.
Hey, Miss Tammy.
Hey, Norm.
How are you? How are you?
I am great.
You know what I love about this is that you simply, it's all about numbers. You made it to where you can just reverse engineer, like, where do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And you've made it so simple when you put it out there like that. So I know I'll be looking for that second meeting. I want to see the second sheet on there.
Absolutely. And guys, that's what this is. So I think let's talk about this. So what prevents us from making these phone calls? For most of us, it's call reluctance, right? And so one, you got to figure out where that call reluctance comes from and be able to fix that. So one of the things that we want to be able to say to the people that we give a call to, and when we're doing business with them, is, hey, you got a great mortgage team on your side. We're going to close you on time. We're going to have some amazing communication throughout this. And so, so if you can't say we're going to close you on time and we're going to have some amazing communication and we're going to close you really smoothly and not have any issues, problems, or stress during this project, if you can't say that, that is probably your number one cause of call reluctance, is that you feel like you're a liar when you're out there telling these agents, hey, come work with me, I'm great, and you're not. So for me, that's the number one thing to do, is to fix the issues that you have. If you guys are already with Empire, they have a great system and process in place. If you're not, I would chit chat with them, because they have great systems and processes in place that will solve a lot of those issues for you and help you close on time and give that great communication and feel like, hey, I am not a liar anymore. I do close on time and it's stress-free and I don't have any problems. So reach out to Norm. He's great at that. And so, so let's get rid of the call reluctance by making sure we have good systems and processes in place to be able to close our loans. Once we do that and we have the confidence that we do have a good system, we have a great team, we have a great process in place, our follow-up is good and all that kind of stuff, call reluctance should go away, because you don't feel like you're a liar anymore. And it's like, I know when I give someone a call, I can truly help them. So again, it goes back to, if you don't feel like you're helpful, you're not going to be able to make these calls. Otherwise, you're a friend calling them and saying, I have the keys to a brand new car. I'm just going to give it to you. You're calling and giving free stuff away. You're calling and helping people. You're calling and helping people, guys. And so some of our scripts can be that. So instead of saying, hey, can you send someone my way? It can be like, I absolutely love helping people. And if you're talking to a client that you have already, you guys are fantastic. I love working with you guys. You're amazing. And I know fantastic, amazing, friendly, great people know people who are just like that. You're going to know some other fantastic, amazing, great, and friendly people. Who else do you know? And then you can finish it off any way you want to. Who else do you know that that we can that you can? Oh, okay. Bill's got his hand up. But who else do you know that? Would you do me a huge favor and not keep me a secret? Would you do me a huge favor and send them our way? Will you do me a huge favor and tell them about me? So there's a lot of ways that you can ask for that business afterwards. So just find a way that you're comfortable with and just start asking. Another thing that you can do is to find somebody to hold you accountable to that. And for me, that's one of the best things that I've ever seen done, is going to someone and saying, I need help with this. I find everything under the sun to distract me so I don't make my phone calls. So will you hold my feet to the fire and look me in the eye? And I did this with one of my clients, and he texted me a few days later. I'm like, I have to ask you this. Are you a person of integrity? He's like, absolutely, I'm a person of integrity. I'm like, well, then I'm going to ask you something. Do you promise that you will make X number of phone calls this next week with the intent of asking people for their business? I want you to call 10 agents and 10 past clients. Do I have your word that you will call and talk to, not just dial, but you will talk to 10 agents and 10 past clients, and you will ask them for referrals? He's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll do it. So 2 days later, he sends me, and excuse my French, but this is what he said. He's like, oh my gosh, this shit works. He's like, I just got a referral from somebody when I asked an agent for it. And so guys, many times we're afraid for no reason at all. People want to hear from us, especially if you're nice and friendly. People want to hear from you. So Bill, you had a question for us. Go ahead.
Just that just made my shoulders drop a couple minutes ago. That's why I raised my hand, because I'm so tensed and listening to all these details of everything that I don't want to miss, and getting all your message. But then all of a sudden this moment happens where you just get super authentic, very transparent. And then I'm just like, oh, this could be really easy. Why don't I just tell the truth of what my intentions are? And then boom, you're sitting here, and on all your follow-up, all you're doing is telling the truth, because you really do want to help somebody. And I think sometimes why we don't call even our past clients, we make up stuff like they're mad at us or something. Why don't you tell them the truth then? So you just kind of freed me up to remember that and not overcomplicate things. Understand what my intention is and tell them the truth. It's not that big of a deal. And if you know you can help people like your past clients, and you're letting call reluctancy get in the way, I just think as a professional, shame on you. I think it's kind of wrong to do that. You owe it to them. They've already taken care of us. We've already had money from them. They paid us. Let's go back and do the right thing. It's just, so thank you for kind of slapping me in the face there with just how simple this could be.
It really is. And these are people, guys, that want to hear from you. We haven't even addressed new real estate agents or people who don't even know us. These are all people that you know. All people that you know. So it truly is, Bill, just calling them and saying, I want to help you. Even if it's a real estate agent, I want to help you. Even if I don't get a deal from you, it is not contingent upon me helping you. So everything that I've shown you today, guys, especially that work optional sheet, that applies to agents as well. So you can take your agent through that. I've also got like a one-page business plan for real estate agents. I've got a sales planner for real estate agents. I've got all kinds of stuff for agents as well. And so just reaching out and helping them. They're hurting right now. We can help them, even if we don't get loans from them now. Zig Ziglar, big fan of his, said, if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. And so go into it. I think another thing that causes the call reluctance is when we get on the phone, the expectation of how the call should end. So when we get on there, it's like, she said I should get a loan from this. So we're picking up the phone. It's like, I should get a referral from this. And then it doesn't happen. We're like, then we start beating ourselves up. What did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? Why didn't this? That's why I wanted to give you the numbers. We're talking about your database, 1%, guys. So 99% are going to say no right now, that they don't need your help. But 1% could change your life, especially if you have a database of 3,000 people, like several of my clients do. 3,000 people could change your life, anywhere between 15 and 30 loans a month. So I love what you said, that we owe it to them, Bill. If you don't call them, someone is. You are not the only person. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are not the only person in this world who has their phone number. Someone else is going to have their phone number, and someone else is going to give them a call, and someone else will get that business. So why shouldn't it be you? The question we always ask them, why me? Why would they want to pick me? Why wouldn't they want to pick me? Don't give them a reason to not want to pick you, guys. So let's go through some scripting, okay? So let's start off back at the beginning, Erica, with the in-process calls. Now, I know a lot of you are trying to get out of the actual fulfillment loan part of it. And so you're like, I don't want to call someone and give them an update on the loan, because now I've got to find out what's happening in the loan. And I really want to go out and sell and bring your business in the door. So I have some alternative scripts that I love to use that have nothing to do with the loan. So if you'll remember that the purpose of the call is to be able to ask. May not get a lead off of it right then and there, but the purpose is to ask for the business. That's why we're getting on the phone with them. If you're not going to ask for the business, don't call them. So the purpose is to ask for a referral from that. So I have 4 talking points for each of the weeks that you're in process that you could use that have nothing to do with the loan. So week 1, introducing yourself, kind of letting them know how the process works. Hey, me or a member of my team will be calling you every single week to check in with you. This works especially well if you're LOS or your POS or your CRM, lots of letters there. We'll send out updates for you and tell them when the appraisal's been ordered or when the appraisal's been received or when they're clear to close or when they've gone into underwriting or all these milestones that we have in the mortgage. If our system is doing that already, we don't need to call them and tell them that again. But what we could do is, did you get your email this week? Awesome. Hey, Bill, I'm going to use you as my guinea pig now since you were so kind and asked a question. But if I were calling on behalf of Bill, I would say, hey, this is Tammy from Bill's office. Bill asked me to call you and make sure that you got your email, giving you all the updates of everything that happened. We want to make sure that you are in communication always, and you never have to wonder, I wonder what's happening with my loan. We want to make sure you know that. So we're going to send you emails every single week and let you know exactly what's happening. So did you get that email? Yes, I did. Perfect. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to whoever in the office is the loan partner and taking care of that. Please reach out to Carol. She's amazing at that. She is our little unicorn office. She is Bill's right hand, and boy, that girl knows her stuff. So reach out to her if you have any questions. But in the meantime, I wanted to find out from you, we've got a closing coming up here in about 30 days. Do you have your moving truck scheduled? Yes, no, I don't care what the answer is. If it's yes, I'm going to congratulate them on being so amazing that they're ahead of the schedule. If they've said no, I'm going to say, okay, well, that's going to be your homework for this week is let's get your move set up, because I have heard some nightmares of people like 3 days before closings, like, oh, shoot, I forgot to order that. And now it's them and their wife in a pickup truck. No bueno. So let's get that set up. And so do I have your word that that's going to be your homework assignment this week? Yes, you do. Awesome. Hey, I'm going to let you go because I know you're really busy. Got a lot of packing to do. And now you've got another thing to do, right? Making that phone call. But before I let you go, Bill also asked me to find out, do you know anybody, a friend, maybe a family member, maybe someone you work with, anyone like that? Do you know anybody who has said, you guys are so lucky that you're buying a house. We wish we could buy a house. In fact, we think we're probably going to do that. And it can be anywhere from tomorrow to a year from today. Do you know anybody? I have found if we just ask them, do you know anybody right now? They're only thinking about this next week or this next month. So if I give them this latitude of, hey, it could even be a year from now, man, the creative juices start flowing. And they may not know someone this week, but their ears and eyes are going to be open next week for it when I come back and I ask them again. So the phone call is always going to end with that. Hey, I'm going to let you go. I know you're busy. But before I do, Bill asked me to find out, is there anyone else you know? They're going to probably say no. Can't think of anyone right now. Hey, that's okay. Can I ask you a humongous favor? Pause and let them say yes. Yeah, you can. Awesome. If you hear of somebody, could Bill count on you to send them to us? We would really appreciate that. Oh my gosh, absolutely. I've never once in 15 years had someone say no, never. So if they say no, you got problems. You're already messed up the loan or something somewhere. So week 1 is going to be, do you have your moving truck? Week 2 is going to be, again, congratulations. We're moving right along. Did you get your email? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Hey, Bill asked me to reach out and find out from you or remind you. Bill asked me to reach out and remind you that although it's so exciting that you've bought a new home and it's going to be brand spanky new to you, that we don't need the brand spanky new furniture yet. So please don't go out and open up an account at Rooms to Go and charge up that credit card. And please don't go out and buy yourself a new BMW. Okay. So no cars, no furniture, no Home Depot account, no credit, unless you call us and ask us, is this okay? You have no idea how many people we've gotten to the closing table and it has changed their whole entire structure, and they couldn't close because they went out and they bought a couch. So do I have your word not to do that? Here's another biggie. You may hate your job. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Please don't quit it until after we've closed. Okay? So you got that? No furniture, no car, no quitty job. Are we good with that? Perfect. All right. Now that we got that all set, I'm going to let you run. Hey, you know that question I asked you last week? If you knew of anybody, did anyone come up? Did anyone come across your radar this week? Anyone that you know of at all? Friend, family member, someone that you work with? Anyone? No, still no. Hey, it's okay. It's all right. Just a reminder, this is how we make our living, is when we help families with their loans. So could I ask you a favor? If you hear of someone, will you send them our way? Oh, absolutely. So we've got week 1, moving truck. Week 2, don't go out and ruin your credit. Week 3, hey, have you gotten your utilities taken care of? If they're new to town, do you need help with that? Do you need a list? And have a list of resources for them, guys, of the phone company and the power company and the water company and the garbage companies and the blah, blah, blah. It's everything for them. So have you gotten your utilities taken care of? And if they're transferring across town, do you have your cutoff date and your restart date? Do you have that all set before moving day? Again, if they say yes, then it's yay, good for you. You guys are ahead of the game. Look at you, you smart little cookie. And if they don't have it done yet, again, we're going to give them homework. Okay, that's your homework for this week. I have heard nightmares of people getting there and no one can go to the bathroom, which is not a good thing when you got 8 hours of moving ahead of you and you can't go to the bathroom. Okay, so, or you can't turn the lights on. So get your utilities taken care of. Then we go into our finish, guys. Hey, I'm going to let you go. I know we're really in a time crunch now and you're doing your last minute packing and everything. So I wish you the best of luck. This is so exciting. Good for you guys. Hey, before I go, Bill asked me to ask you one more time. Is there anyone that you know of or have come across this week that could use our help? And I love using that word help. And so yes, no, it doesn't, you know, it's yes, give me their name. And here's a good way to ask for someone's name, guys. If someone does come back and say yes, hey, would you do me a huge favor? Could you put us on a 3-way text? That way they know you, and now they're getting an introduction to me and they're not getting this stranger texting them out of the blue. If you'll just put us on a 3-way text and introduce us, that would be awesome. And if you want to push the envelope a little bit, you can ask them for a deadline. Could you do that, you know, by 7 o'clock tonight, or, you know, give them a deadline for doing that? Hey, could you do this this afternoon? I know you're going to get really busy with the move, and I'd like to take one thing off of your plate. If you could do that as soon as we get off the phone, that would be awesome. So, you know, just pushing them for that name a little bit. All right. So we've gotten through week 3. Week 4 is going to be, hey, we're in the home stretch. I'm going to miss you. It's been so fun talking to you every single week. I'm going to miss talking to you, but we are at the home stretch and I'm so excited for you. This is so awesome. Hey, has there anything, is there anything that has happened in this process that would prevent you from giving us a 5-star review? Oh no, you guys were awesome. Awesome. Hey, I know this is a big weekend coming up for you guys. And so let me ask you a huge favor. Last favor I'm going to ask you, but if I send you a link right now, it'll literally take you 5 minutes to write this review out. If I send that to you now, would you send me that? Would you do that 5-star review? This is how we make our living, by people finding us and seeing how awesome we are. And so if you can help us not keep that a secret by helping us increase our 5-star reviews, huge help. Could you do that for us? Absolutely. But if they say, well, you know, that Erica. So if someone says they wouldn't give you a 5-star review, don't send the link. Got it? Don't send the link. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry that happened to you. You know what? Bill would want to know about this. Can I put you on his calendar and let him give you a call? I know he's going to want to talk to you about this and let you know that that is not how we do run our business. Can I put you on his calendar? And then you put them with if it's you calling, oh my gosh, how can I make this right? If it's someone else calling on your behalf, then they say, can I put you on their calendar? And you get on the phone and you make it right with them. Okay. So we've got our 4 weeks. We've asked for the business every single week, right? Now there is one more week we could throw in there after closing. The same person can call. It's like, you know what? I missed you. I had to just make one more phone call to you and let you know, congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. Good for you guys. This has been a wonderful journey. It's been amazing, amazing, amazing working with you. Hey, I know awesome family, know other awesome families. And so I would love to see if there's anyone else that you've heard of during this process that we could help. Yes, no, whatever that is. Awesome. Hey, I wanted to let you know that we are your mortgage company for life. This is not just a one and done deal that we have here. We want to be here for your next one and your next one and your next one and your kids' next one and their next one and their next one and your parents if they need any help. So we are a full service mortgage company. We can do regular mortgages. If you're a vet or you know someone who was in the services, we can help with VA loans. If you need to renovate your house, we can do renovation loans. If your parents are over 62 years old, we can do reverse mortgages. If you got a killer rate on your first deal and you want to keep that one, but you need money and take equity out of the house, we can do seconds. So I just wanted to let you know that we are a full service mortgage company and we can help you with all your needs. So I just wanted to plant that seed and let you know whenever you have an issue or a problem or you have a friend or a family member who might need help, we are here for you. So that is the in-process calls. And you're just asking for business at the end of it. So you can do it or someone else can do it on your behalf. We've got about 6 minutes. So we're going to zip through the rest of these as quick as we can. So the Wednesday calls, these are to your past database of closed clients. So that was our Tuesday calls where we were calling in process. Wednesday, we're going to be calling clients that we've done business with in the past. We only need to call them once a quarter. Someone else can do this call on our behalf. And I like to use theme quarters. So the same people in Q1 are all going to get the identical phone call. And what I like to do in Q1 is annual mortgage reviews. So if it's you making the phone call or someone making it on your behalf, they're going to call and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know it is time for your annual mortgage review. Can I make an appointment for you? Well, we just closed last month. Oh, yeah, I see that now. I wasn't paying attention to that. Congratulations. Good for you. So we won't need one now, but I'll reach out to you next year on this date and we'll get you scheduled for it then. But in the meantime, you can count on us to stay in touch with you throughout the year. So it's getting them set up, everyone, and in their database, you're calling the borrower and the co-borrower. They have different friends. They have different family members. They have different people that they work with. So the more people you call, the higher your chances of getting a referral, right? So call as many people as you can. So call both of them. And then if you do get a referral, it goes back to the agent that brought them to you in the first place. So that's our database. We all of our theme days. So quarter one is annual mortgage review. Quarter two is client appreciation month. So we're going to have 3 months of client appreciation month. So it's client appreciation month. Just wanted to say we are so glad that you're part of our family. Thank you for being part of that. We just wanted to let you know you're loved and thank you very much. And then asking for the business. Hey, before I let you go, Bill asked me to find out, do you know anybody? You got any friends or family members, anyone that you work with, anyone who needs anything? Awesome. No, you don't? That's okay. Can I ask you a huge favor? If you think of anyone, will you send them our way? So we are buying brain cells, guys. That's what we're doing here, buying brain cells. On So that's Wednesdays taken care of. Thursdays now. That's our people who are out pre-approved and looking at houses. 3 people we said we were going to call: the buyer's agent, the borrower, and the co-borrower. The borrower and co-borrower. Hey, what's your plans this weekend? Are you going to go out and look for some houses again? Or are you going to take some time off and go do something different? Whatever they're doing. Oh, we're going water skiing this weekend. Oh my gosh, how fun. No, we're going on vacation. We leave for Europe tomorrow. Oh, wow. It's been on my bucket list to do that. Oh, Charlie, thank you. So Charlie said, hey, you forgot Q3 and Q4. All right, let's do Q4 is the holidays. So I always do the holidays and I don't ask for business during Q4. Okay. So it's like saying, happy birthday. You got a loan for me? No. So in the holidays, we don't ask for business. Okay. So October, we're in October right now, is all about Halloween. And what I like to do is do really fun things. You can do contests like coloring contests. You can send out, pictures of, a color and have the kids color them and send them back for a coloring contest. I like to do surveys during this time as well. Hey, do you dress up for Halloween to hand out candy? Or do you do what my husband and I do and you set off all the lights and you run to the back of the house and sip your tequila and wait for the madness to end, or you go out to the local bar or something like that. So it's just being fun with it. And what do you do for Halloween? And then November is Thanksgiving. Again, you could do a coloring contest with a turkey or something like that. And then I like to do the surveys as well. Hey, what do you got? Do you stay in town or do you go away? Do you cook turkey or ham or both? Do you have people over to your house or do you go over to other people's houses? So how do you do that? And then for the holidays in Christmas, you could do Christmas if you wanted to. You could do New Year's if you wanted to. Christmas is a coloring thing with a Christmas tree. Or, hey, do you guys stay in or do you go away? Do you use a real tree or an artificial tree? Do you open your presents on Christmas morning or Christmas Eve? If you're using New Year's instead, do you ever make it to midnight? Do you see the ball drop or do you like go nighty night at 9 o'clock? So it's just making the holidays fun. We got 3 quarters where we're asking them for business. We're reaching out to them other ways throughout the years. This is for fun. And again, all we're doing is buying brain cells, guys. So and then Q3, guys, is open for whatever's happening right then and there. So you're lucky enough to be in Florida where we are right now. Then questions that we might be asking right now, are you okay? How did you make it through the natural disasters? Or if you're in North Carolina or somewhere like that, it is checking in on people. Are you okay? Now, if someone's had something tragic in their life happening, we're not asking them for business, okay? We're seeing if they're truly okay. They're going to remember who reached out to them during hard times in their life. Okay. So I just use that if there's new loan programs out or if there has been a change in the rates or anything like that is happening for them. It's also a great opportunity to get buyers off the fence during this. If we want to call them during that and just, go through some things and, just talk about what the equity rise is less than a half a point in a rate payment would be. So they could be missing out on equity gain that way. So that's the last quarters of then. And then for our final thing, we're just a little bit past. So let's crank this out really quick. So the pre-approved and looking, what are you doing this weekend? We're going out looking for houses. Great. Wanted to just remind you, you're pre-approved, you're ready to go. We can't wait to hear from you on Monday. That'll help you not have to work over the weekends. Give us a call first thing in the morning, Monday morning, and let us know. And we'll get you right into queue and lickety split. We'll get your closing. If they're going to go do something fun, hey, we're going camping this weekend. That sounds like fun. It's been a long time since I've been camping. I'd love to hear about your trip when you get back. By the way, while you guys are sitting around the campfire making your s'mores and drinking hot chocolate, etc., can I ask you a huge favor? If anyone in your campfire says, oh my gosh, you're so lucky to be buying a house and out looking and stuff like that, we're hoping that that's going to happen to us in the next couple of months. Hey, if someone mentions that to you, can we count on you to tell them about us? Awesome. Have a great weekend. So those are all the scripts. So I think we covered everything I promised in the tag that we were going to cover: who you should be calling, what you should be saying to them, how many loans you should be getting from it, and if you're not, how to make up the deficit. So if anyone would like to make a have a call with me, and I'll go through that first sheet with you. My email address is Tammy, TAMMY, and Eric is going to put it in the chat for us. And it's at the Lock Desk, but Lock is spelled LOC. There's no K on it. And LOC stands for Loan Officer Coaching. So Tammy at thelockdesk.com. So if you'll send me a quick email, I'll get you an appointment booked. We'll go over your own personal work optional day and make sure that we filled it out correctly so that you know without a shadow of a doubt. The saddest thing that I've seen is someone saying, hey, I need to get to 10 loans a month, and they needed to get to 20. And so we need to make sure that you are shooting for the right target. And then it's easy to make a plan once you know where you're going. It's really hard to make a plan if you don't know where you're going. So let's get that step out of the way. So thank you guys for joining us today. I appreciate it. Erica, oh my gosh, this has been so much fun. Thank you for having me.
It's amazing seeing you in action.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy, for being here. I'm sure we all took a lot from it. If you want to contact Tammy, her email is here in the chat. I'll also send you over the little worksheet that you've all been requesting. I've already gotten a few texts. They called it the sexy worksheet. So I'll be sending that. And then also, if you would love to see Tammy live in the flesh and in action, we are hosting MortgageCon in February 4th through February 7th at Universal Studios. She's going to be one of our amazing speakers for this annual mortgage conference. So I'm going to just quickly put the link to the mortgage conference in here as well.
Perfect. I can't wait so at that one, I'll just give you a sneak preview on that one. So what we're going to be doing is your business plan on that. So how do you get a lot of stuff accomplished? Because I'm sure a lot of us have made New Year's resolutions and we don't get them done. And so this is going to be, how do you actually get the stuff done that you want to get done? And that's by making a plan. So it's my one-page business plan. And then we're going to go in to help you find out what is your activity, the things that make you, you. We'll be trying to find out what makes you tick, what makes you special, what makes you stand out from the crowd, help you find what your 20% is, the thing that if you do this, the money comes in. If you do this, the money comes in. We're going to be working on those two things together. So I hope to see you guys in February. If anyone, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys sooner than that, if you make an appointment with me to get that other sheet.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tammy.